Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. So now we are going to talk about monitoring. Basically, this is something which we have, which you call it also alerting. So how do we set up alerts in Datadog? So that is something which we need to understand. So Datadog monitors akka, also known as alerts. So where do you find the monitoring? So here you have seen it multiple times. So monitoring basically which includes manage monitoring. That means any monitoring which you have there you can see that triggered monitoring which is has been triggered. New monitoring, you want to manage a downtime also. That means at a certain duration, if you don't want any trigger alert to be done, so manage downtime also you can do that. So that is also possible. Now new incident and all, that is not there. So they have moved to under service management. So I want to show you here. See here, under the monitor you have manage monitoring, new monitoring, setting, manage downtime and all kind of things. But the incident they have moved to service management here. So these changes they keep doing it very often. So please keep in mind. So what are the types of monitoring? That means what are the types of alerting which we have in Datadog? So yes, we have a host monitoring, metric based monitoring, anomaly based monitoring, outlier, forecasting monitoring, integration, live process check, network, custom check, events, logs, APM, RAM, and watchdog, and composite. So these are the type of monitoring supported by Datadog. Now let's discuss each one of these. So host monitoring, basically you want to enable it if the agent is running in your host or not. So if agent is not reporting any data, that means this monitoring is applicable for you. So here you can do that. Metric monitoring is the widely used actually. This is like one of the monitoring which applies to most of the scenarios. Like means any metric which is stored at a Datadog, you can set up a threshold and then create a monitoring, simply any monitoring. How do you know which metric I have stored it? So you know that very well here. You spend so much of time, now you can, time has come to check it out. So this is the metric, this is the APM, this is the RAM, this is log, all this thing you have. So you can check this matrices, hell lot of matrices again. System matrices you have, Docker matrices you have, Apache, all these thing collections you did it, right? Apache matrices you have, Tomcat matrices you have, MySQL matrices you have, AWS matrices you have, what else? Kubernetes matrices you have. So, so many matrices you have, and now you want to decide which matrices based on that you want to create a collect. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So now next one is anomaly. So what is anomaly? So guys, anomaly basically powered by, you can say, AI ML. Okay. So I think someone is speaking. I don't know whether he's speaking to me or someone else.
नहीं
Uh,
जो select जैसे था Sita, can you please
okay, I think he's speaking to someone else. Yeah, guys, can you mute yourself? If others, I'll just get confused because I don't know why audio is coming a little less from you guys.
you can also as you are a host you can also mute all.
Oh, is it? Yeah, just a second. I forgot that. Most of the time I'm not host. Just a second. Let me mute him. I think Naga, right?
Yeah, Tunita Nagar.
Yeah.
Yeah, please continue now.
Okay, so now Anomaly monitoring. So anomaly alerting. So basically anomaly means basically there's some algorithm running behind it and they will detect the anomaly. Okay. Based on the data which you give it. Basically anomaly monitoring you can do based on the some metrics only or some patterns of trace and span and all kind of things. But they will based on the data you provide, the range of data, they will detect if there is an abnormality or not, something which is beyond the pattern or not. So anomaly monitor detects when a metric is misbehaving differently than it has in the past, taking into accounts trends and seasonal, day of week and day of time of the day patterns. So you give certain range, based on that they decide the pattern and then check that pattern, and then where the pattern in which they find out something abnormal, so they this put it up anomaly. So in that case also you can get alerts. Now guys, APM.
Can you, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. In an anomaly, can you give some example? What is abnormal basically, which we can see? What kind of abnormal means the pattern
So
is
anomaly, simple way if I'll say, anomalies can be, see my website DevOps School, and I'm getting the range of the traffic which is somewhere close to 10,000 to 12,000. This is a range for entire month. Okay, now understand that this is a range. Now in weekends what happens? This range get reduced because of there's a pattern. Weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it get reduced to 7,000. So now this is your pattern. In weekdays we'll have a 10,000, weekends 7,000. So now you give the 1 month of data to Datadog. Now what will happen? Suddenly there is a 12,000 traffic or 15,000 traffic. So that is abnormal, right? That is an anomaly. That is, so what Datadog, you give the range and then number of requests coming to your website and month range, and then tell you, hey, there is a one places where we had an anomaly and let me alert you. Maybe there's something abnormal which is happening with your services or something, I should inform you. So that way if you want anomaly, I mean alert, you can create it. Got it?
so you say that we need to feed, we need to train Datadog that what is abnormal and what is not.
Yeah, so based on the range of the data you give, no, they will figure it out the pattern in it, anomaly pattern. Mathematical formula is running in the background. They will try it. So these all anomaly and forecasting and outlier. These are all are formula actually for the mathematical
We need to
formula.
feed. So we need to feed. We need to train actually.
Yeah, you have to train. Yeah, you have to give this.
Okay.
Now, guys, next one alert you can declare on based on the APM. So guys, APM, yeah. Can you please tell me some of the APM metrics? All of you, let's participate. Because ultimately, see, you have to go and create alert, but based on what? Certain, metric has to be known, right? So what is
Yes.
APM?
But one example you already given with an anomaly when we are expecting some certain request, but we are getting more than what we are expecting. So it can be again alert, and then some that we define some kind of that we as per our requirement that this must CPU utilization we are expecting, but CPU
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
utilization goes.
That's the, but APM metric I'm asking, APM one. Okay, so let me remind you APM metrics. So you see, you should know, have a high level of understanding of this. APM metrics, number of request per minute. Abdex score, remember Abdex score?
Yes, yes.
P99, error rate, number of errors. These are the APM metrics, you popular one. Okay, composite metric, composite alert, what is this? So this is little interesting. So composite alert, basically what happens, there is a two alert, you set it up. So alert A and alert B. Now you say, hey, anyways, two alerts are there, and if that is get trigger, you will get alerts A and B. But here what you are saying, hey, give me the alert if A and B both has triggered, so give me another alert. Or A or B, any one of these has triggered, then give me another alerts, something like this. So here what you are doing, composite monitoring allow you to combine the results of multiple monitor into the single alerts. So this is the interesting one, you can try for that. Now, if you want to alert based on the certain custom check, it is allowing. If you want alert based on the something event means what? So anything you do on the Datadog account, it's event. So I must show you here. Look at this here somewhere. Event management. So look at this. Now close this. Right now there's no event because I have not used it. So I'll go for 1 week. And you see, yes, so many events started and did lots of work here. So all these are event. So if you want events, I mean alerts based on these events, then that is also possible. Okay. Forecasting. Again, this is a mathematical formulas. Okay. So powered by Datadog. So forecast monitor can be used to predict how a metric will behave in the future based on the past. Okay. So by alerting before a threshold is breached, you can be sure you have a necessary time to address the underlying issues. So here in this case, let's say from last 1 year, every month your CPU is increasing by let's say 5%. So right now, January it was a utilization was let's say 10%, but by maybe by December it will be 100% because every month it's increasing maybe 4-5% or something. So now you want to be alerted for this because in December you might reach to the breach mode, and before that only you want to upgrade or improve your infrastructure capacity or something like that. So that way forecasting monitoring is useful. Some of the integrations, if it is not working, okay, an integration, the one which you enable is not sending the data to Datadog, then also you can alert. For example, which are the integration you did, guys? All of you, can you help me? Which are the integrations?
Cat, Docker.
Yeah, so we did Docker, then Apache, then Tomcat, then MySQL, then Kubernetes, then AWS. So all these integrations we did, right? Up Nginx also. So based on that, if you think some of the integration is not sending data to Datadog, so let me set up alert for it. That is also possible. Live processes, I think it's very simple to understand. Any processes, if it is not working, so create alert. Networking alerts, outlier alerts. Outlier alerts means outlier monitor detect when members of group, host, availability zone on partitions are misbehaving unusually compared to the rest. They are useful for any metric collected via Datadog agent or API for which a given group should behave uniformly. So let's say you have 20 machines in one subnet, okay, availability zone. Out 20 machines, the CPU utilization is pretty okay, but one of the machine is, let's say 20 machine you have on an average utilization is 50% CPU utilization, let's say, but one machine is, let's say, 10%. This is not good, like this is outlier, or maybe 90%. This is also outlier. So in that case, group monitoring, if you want to do the group of the resources, then this is good. Process check, you can do that based on the RAM. You can do the real, I mean, alerting. RAM means number of session and something like that. Watchdog is the functionality you have which is given by Datadog here. So they will tell you what issues you have in your data. So right now there's no alerting. Most of the time they'll give you the security issues, the kind of things. So likewise. So guys, you can also import the monitoring using JSON file also. So are you comfortable, all of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now guys, Let's say you'll say, Rajesh, I don't know to write which monitoring I should set and which monitoring you don't set. For example, you say, Rajesh, I don't know Tomcat. So if I don't know the Tomcat, and then how do I know? I mean, I don't know the matrices of it. So which kind of monitoring I should set up on Tomcat? Or let's say you say, no, I don't know Kubernetes or something like that. Then it's very difficult because I told you, right? If you want to set up a monitoring, it's not a blind game. You have to know the tool very well. And then you have to know all the matrices very well, right? And then you need to understand the significance of your matrices and then requirement very well. So all these things, and then on top of that, you might have to do automation, little bit of it, mathematical formula, some average, some divide, all these things, that as something you have to do that. And then you get a desired results. And you say, I'm not comfortable with the Tomcat. I never worked on it. But I have been given a task to complete, set up a monitoring for it. How do I do that? And that is where that also Datadog will help you. You see the recommended monitor in my screen. So here what Datadog is saying, hey, don't worry about that. We have set up most, whatever based on the integration which you did it. We have set up a query basically for the monitoring, most preferred one for many specific tool, and you can use free of cost, no problem. So that while creating a alert, you have recommended monitoring also. By the way, little changes has happened in this UI actually. So if you go to set up a monitoring here, look at my screen. So here you see that is removed actually. So what you can do, so recommended monitor is not coming. Okay, so this is a 6-month old slides. New slide, a new thing is here, browse template. So they introduce the browse template. Now when you click on the browse template, then you get lots of pre-built alerts and all. Got it, all of you? Based on your integrations. Got it? Hello?
Yes, Rajesh, please continue.
Yeah. So likewise. So now how this detection method which you have in the Datadog. So basically we have these are the following detection method. One is threshold. Threshold means is the one of the popular one. CPU is more than 50%, alert them. Threshold. Okay, but we do have in a Datadog, we have a change, anomaly, outlier, forecast. All this thing is there. So this is the visualizations of threshold. You set up a threshold, and if the matrix values is going above than that, then you may have some piece out time and then send a alert for it. We do have a threshold method which is based on the change actually. So you have to give the two endpoint to data. Between that, it should take the values, and if that value change alert, evaluate the difference between the value and minutes ago and now, and if there is a change, they will alert. Anomaly detections, little bit of we discuss actually. So look at this, some of the representation of anomaly. So they will find out themselves based on the data what is anomaly. So likewise, see you. Outlier alerts, a group of machines. If some machines are not behaving well, then outliers. That is also detection method in Datadog. If you ask me what are the algorithms which has been used for outlier, so these are the three mathematical formulas they are using it. DV scan, they're also improving it this every time. So DV scan and MAD and scaled. So these are the three mathematical formulas they are using for outliers and so on. Forecasting also has been used, and live processes, live check, and so. Okay, so now we understood what is monitoring, types of monitoring, detection method, and so on. Now time has come for me to create an alert for it. So any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so now You can use my account also. If you do not, if your account you do not have a data, because remember that data is important. You metrics are important, values are important. Based on that only you can create a alert. So here I'll go to manage monitoring, and right now you see I have a 4 alerts. Now the question is, how did we get it? So I think this one has come from the synthetic monitoring. If you remember, in a synthetic monitoring, you had set the assertion, correct now? So that was the monitoring basically. So yeah, you can do the manage all the monitoring, out of which triggered has happened 2. So 4 has happened in last, yeah. Here 4 times, here 2, that means 4 times. Manage downtime, you can set the downtime, and here I can create it new. So look at this here. Little UI changes I see that here. That is good. So here metric monitoring, and now duration 4 hours or 1 week. See here. Now metric monitored, you have to decide what metric you want to monitor. Okay. So here you see that this is the, you see my cursor hovering. So here you can decide whichever matrix you want. So CPU matrix, you know, disk matrix, you know, a hell lot of matrix, Apache matrix, Docker matrix, all these matrix you have to decide what you want. So let's say I want to check the CPU idle. Okay. And here CPU idle, this is the one. Now if you see that there is a break, that means my agent is not working actually after this. So yeah, any matrix you want from all machine. If you want all machine means everywhere. Okay. Or you want to tag it and you want to filter it out by some machines or something. So that is also, you can do that. You can apply average of everything or specific one and add some formulas and queries. And here you set up a threshold. So if CPU idle is more than 10%, oh, I'm sorry, 80%, 70% and 80%. Sorry, here is 60%. Warning and alert. Then create a alert. This is the condition you set. If you want to fix this automatically, advanced option, there is something recovery thresholds are there. Okay. So if you think there's automatically this alert should be fixed, then you set it up this number. Now this is the email body. You will specify the here title. So this is demo for infra alerting 1, and then put the body. Here you can put the variables also. For example, a variable host dot name. So these variables you can take the official documents reference, and you can decide that one also. Okay. So
That
I
is
understand.
that's great. Sorry to interrupt. Just I want just can you call up the auto recovery? So you mentioned here that advanced of the recovery threshold, alert recovery. So how this data is a Datadog will recover for the server or other things? What is the connection basically?
This is not, it will not recover and do any actions here. It will alert recovery means there is a triggered alert has happened and you want to close automatically. So that is something which you want to do that.
You want to close the alert actually. You want to stop alert.
Hmm. So you want to recover that alert. That means record means close that alert, open on. So you can set these options.
Okay.
So actions will not be done in this here.
Exactly. That's what I was surprised. Okay, understood. But is it a good idea because if something is alerting, we just want to stop.
Yeah. So if you, yeah, so for that you have to set up a recovery threshold.
So that's what I'm telling you. That it's not a good idea. Why this option? My question is why this option?
Sometime
Because
what
if it,
happens, false flag is also so much. Okay, so suddenly for 2 minutes it reached the threshold. But just for it has reached the threshold, you get alerts. Someone will go now and check that. But within a after few seconds, you got reduced actually. So that's a false alerts. This is happening in the CPUs, not like always you'll be having 60. It might reach sometime 90% also, 100% also. To avoid the false alert, this kind of
Okay.
threshold you can
So
set it.
now one more question. I understand what you say. Now one more question. Suppose is within a 2 minute, my CPU threshold reached too high and I'm getting started already. Then after two minutes, it's got settled and it's got perfectly fine. So this Datadog is without setting this, will Datadog will not stop us sending the alerting message, or it will keep sending until you will not do something.
No, no, no. Datadog will send that metrics and keep it open in your triggered monitoring. So you'll not keep sending metrics. Again, this you can configure it whether you want the metrics to be sent on every interval. So you can configure it. So here, for you see here, evaluate the average, the query of over last 5 minutes or all this thing you can put it up. And here also there's some options, uh, evaluated option, delay monitoring evaluations, and all these things. So these are the options you have it here.
Okay.
So many small options which we have. The moment you read it, you'll get it. So I'm just ignoring it. So notify your team, and this is the subject. Here you can introduce some variables also. So these variables are built in the Datadog itself, and you can click this one question mark, and then you get some tutorials here, and all the variables you can use it. You can get it also. And then finally, here you want to tag it, dedicate to team and priority and all, and then who should be seeing this alert and create. So I created one for infra. Okay. So here you have alerts, demo for infra alert, which is no data. Just wait for it. Automatically it will grow. Now, this is the one thing. Second thing I'm going to show you for APM. So new monitoring, here APM. And now you see here, yeah. Yeah. So if you see here, APM metrics, now it's not there because APM is not running. Let me see the production and service. Now the data is not there because not running. So what to do? So go for 1 week because I run the APM on the second day, if you remember, third day, I guess. So here you have APM. Now APM metrics, there's so many metrics you have to decide what you want. So let me decide the here. Look at it a little carefully, don't rush. So here you have a threshold, trigger when, request per second, error per second, update score, error rate, average latency, and this P50 and all kind of things we discuss. So you can do that. So request per second, I will get alert immediately. If request per second below I'm setting because the traffic is not there any. So below 100, I will get alert for sure, and 90 for warning, 110 for warning. Okay, so I will get alert this one. Why? Because you see that the moment you modify this one, automatically your graph is changing. You see that? So right now you have a zero traffic almost from last, but suddenly you are setting up that's a kind of threshold. Of course, you'll get alert for sure. That is what we want. And then you can set this here and you can set this title and all, and then create it. So this is the APM specific. Now this is the query. You set it up through manually, but this is the query basically the system has written. By the way, you can modify these queries later on and customize also. This query is important for you when you create an alert using API. Right now UI I'm using it, so it's very easy to select and do that all stuff. But API will not work like that. You have to use the query and this kind of query. So first you create the alert, copy the query, modify as per the needs, and then automate it. So you can create a thousands and thousands of alert using API automation. I'll show you some demo in the after this session, after alerting session. Are you okay with this APM, guys? All of you? Hello. Hello.
Please continue.
Yeah. Now next thing is new monitor. This time I'm doing based on the third one, which is log monitoring. Where is logs? So see here, logs. Okay. So now log monitoring, again, you have to go for 1 week because data should be there. And here, so there's certain logs which we had in 4th day, that was yesterday. So I want to check what you want to search. And if you want to search anything, and if you get certain results, let's say I'm searching for agent, count of everything. So what is a count? So right now, nothing is coming. Let's say agent, should be agent there, but Datadog, I'll just put it very generic one. Typically you will have errors or something. Warning. Let me check the error. So error warning. Only one error is good. Okay. So here, if you get error, so now you see that here error you have so many. Okay. So if you think, okay, if I get error more than threshold 0, that is the things, then you should get alerts. Okay. So here you set the 0. That means I want the get alerts. So you have logs with error. Okay. Likewise, you can create all this combination in your mind and decide and then create alerts. Okay. Now, next alert, which I'm going to create based on the synthetic. Where is that? Synthetic process. So synthetic process in this one, here you get under the metric. Metric, where is here? And now go for synthetic. See here. So synthetic still is running. So synthetic, I'm just checking connect time. So you see that it's running right now. And if you see the connect time is 184.5 millisecond. So if I say if the connect time is more than 100, okay, 100 millisecond, you see. So threshold, that means I want the alert. So here, synthetic, I'm just putting in odd way and, connect time more than 100. So I put it in some random content and then create it. Okay. Now one more alerts I'm going to create, which is based on the RAM session. Let me check this. So here you have a RAM, real user monitoring. So here, which are the metrics you have? So you can do that based on the session, views, actions, errors, resources, long tasks, and so on. So I'll go for 1 day. And if I see that, okay, let me check that from last 2 days. How many traffic is coming to my website? I'm curious right now. So see that on an average per day 1, here we got a 4. So 1. So I think 1 means that's me only, I guess. No one is accessing my website. That's funny. So you guys had access this website yesterday, so it's showing. So if I set up a session, you can filter by everything. And right now a session is on an average 4 session. So if it is a more than 1 session, give me alert. This is a very odd way to set up alert, but I just want you to visualize because I don't have a great numbers and all kind of things. So to set it up. So if you have a more session or less session, you can set it up and rum session is less than 1 and then all this thing and create it. So guys, this is the way you can set up all these alerts and good to go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up some of the alerts based on the recommendations. So browse template and look for the some of the, let's say Tomcat you did, right? So MySQL we did. And if you see that replica's host name is not running properly. So yeah, you can check this, modify this and create it. Simple. So this is also, you have options to create your monitoring. Now guys, once you have alerts triggered, what to do? So now how do I know that alerts has triggered? Here it is. By the way, you will get an email from the Datadog to your email ID, registered ID for that. So now what to do? So guys, you have to come to alerts and check this. Let's say this is alerts has been triggered just now. And what to do with it? So I should check this alert status, this all graph you see. Spend some time, you'll understand this. And evaluation graph, events has occurred, all this thing, query, this is the one. So what to do? Either you mute it, or if you think you just did the troubleshooting, then you can resolve it. But if you think no, someone else has to work on it, not me, someone else, then escalate it. What to do? So escalate it, create an incident or create a case. So incident is basically a task. Case is basically something which you are, escalating and high priority work and all. So let me declare the new incident. Now, what is this? Some synthetic issue. DevOps school is down. DevOpsschool.com is down. Okay, so you can set this anything as per your context. Set the severity, low, critical, what exactly? An incident commander, this is, as of now, I have only one account. So everywhere I'll be the person. Recipient also, I'll be the person right now. But email template, you can decide this is default created by Datadog. You can also define your own email template right now, not needed. And then declare incident. So now Rajesh has got the incident assigned and now he has to work on it. So if you see that this is the incident where you can see that, so go to the service management and here you see click on the incident and you can see the incident. Okay, so there is a, what happens? So this is the incident. So here, now everyone will get the incident assigned. This is assigned to me, so I can see that and so on. Rajesh, Are you understanding what to do with when you alerts? All of you? So guys, I'm going to, hello, I'm audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to work on incident. I'm Rajesh Kumar and I'm going to work on it. Okay, so what to do? I'll just check it out, what has happened. So this is some detailing here. Timeline, here you have. Again, look at the timeline issue. So it got triggered at this time, created by this time, notifications sent by Rajesh, all this thing. You can check it out detailing. So what to do? So work on it. You want to uh, do the chatting with someone, your team members. You want to do the video call with your team members. You want to install some other tools. You want to create a ticket with a Jira, PagerDuty, ServiceNow. These are the popular one. So here it's okay, but if some organization what they have, they say, hey, do one thing. Let's store every work at one place. So you can create a Jira development team assigned to that, or PagerDuty or ServiceNow. Depends on your
You mean
requirement.
to say, there is an integration can
Yes.
happen for Datadog and Jira. So when we just click that we want to create a ticket in Jira, the Jira will automatically open.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. So here you can create that. Now what you should do, here what happened based on your learnings, you have to describe actually here. You have to put the documentation, keep adding more. What I did today after 1 hour, after, it's like your history of work. Okay, why it had happened. Now, if you know SRE, if you know Google, this is the template actually of the incident management. So what happened? Why it happened? Some of the recent entries automatically, some the commander, responder. This is the SRE template, okay? So like that. Who's going to work on it? So you can just add them actually. Okay. Now, you should go and check the timeline also, and whatever you do here, you can write a notes and add notes, whatever you can. Lots of things are there. It's just SRE practices to do that. If you think, no, I created some documents for it, so you have to create a remediation. Now the question is, where do you create a document? So you can uh, share your Confluence URL, okay? Here, Confluence URL, paste the link, it will work. But you know what? Datadog also has provided you the document capabilities, and that is notebook. I'll talk about this one later. So that means notebook, you can say you can write your run book, okay, and you can attach to here. So you can write a document, some follow-up tasks, response team, some notifications, add new notifications, someone should be more notified about this. So it's a complete incident details you have, overview, timeline, remediation, and everything. Are you understanding all of you?
Yes.
And then if you think that is you did it, so you just resolve it. Okay, so documentation, I have to do that. Remember, remediation is important. Okay, post-mortem documents and documents. This is important, but I did not created it because notebook is the topic which I'll talk about it, and then you will understand. So Confluence and all, you know that, I think so. Likewise. So here I worked on the, see, I created first of all monitoring, then I saw triggered monitoring, then I worked on it, created an incident, I worked on the incident, and then so on. Okay, you have few options here also. Mute, resolve, you can do that. Now, if you think during certain times, the email should not be sent. Alert email should not be sent. Maybe it's expected downtime that all the alerts is just a false alert. So for that, what you're going to do? Here you can create a schedule time downtime. It's a, you can name it whatever the alerts you want to schedule, okay, and decide timing, and during that there'll not be any notifications. So guys, this is something which we have in the Datadog. Are you understanding all of you?